This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details. AN.
Hey, welcome back, Power Trip Morning Show. Here we are.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Marco Parrish is over there.
Hi.
Zacho should be tuning in any second. You know, he's in Vegas, but he had a late night last night. As many of you did.
At least it was a positive one for Zachary, right? The Wild game was worth watching.
Yeah, and many people, I'm going to guess, probably tuned out a little early, man. That one was in hand.
In a good way, exactly.
Yeah, in a good way. It was good. And they finished strong, which was, it wasn't hanging on to it by any means. They finished with a very strong game. So everything's looking good coming into game 3 tomorrow night here.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, and there's some highlights to watch for your sports.
Oh, yeah.
The Twins, the end of the game, Buxton's catch, that's pretty cool to end the game. And then, of course, for the Wild, Kaprizov's pass to Boldy's pretty cool as well. I'm going to guess both of those might end up on SportsCenter today.
The Kaprizov's definitely in the top 10. That is for sure.
Yeah.
And I've watched the Buxton go through on the scroll here as well.
See?
Between a ton of basketball and football talk.
Yeah. Not so much from your Timberwolves.
No, but of course they're talking about Luka's near triple-double right now on SportsCenter. It's all about the Lakers. 94-85 over the Wolves. The Lakers didn't play their A game quarters 2 through 4, but the Wolves didn't play their A game almost at all. So really it was over after the first. The Wolves never got close after the first quarter.
No.
But got blown out 30. Friday. I think so too. And I still think they're going to win the series. And I do think they're the better team. They just... The depth that we raved about after game 1, how the Wolves have 8 players and the Lakers have like 3.5. Last night it kind of looked like both teams had about 3.5 good players because it's not the Lakers still kind of did the same thing they did in game 1. Luka had a lot of points. LeBron was solid. Austin Reeves was okay, and they didn't get much from anybody else. Kind of the same thing in game 1.
Yeah.
But in game 2, the Wolves had a lot from Julius Randle. A bunch from Ant, and then almost nothing from anybody else. So we just didn't have the depth, and that's what's going to win us the series, I still think. But lost this game too.
Long ways to go. Long ways.
Friday, game 3, Friday in Minneapolis, and as Saw said, the Wolves are something like 2.5-point favorites.
Yes.
So they are. You know, they just perish, just like you talked about the Wild stealing game 2, and now it's a 5-game series and home. Ice or home court advantage in the Wolves' case flips. It's the same thing. The Wolves have home court advantage. And again, right now I'm looking at SportsCenter. ESPN Analytics says the Lakers have a 61% chance to win the series. I say challenge accepted.
Yes. Same.
Yeah. I still think the Wolves can win the series and will win the series, but last night looked like garbage.
And on the station behind me, they're going to act like the Lakers just won the NBA Finals. So They gotta bring the fight to them again on Friday, and they can. The atmosphere will be outstanding. It'll be a great game. It'll be a great environment, but they gotta bring the fight to the Lakers.
What if they don't?
Well, then they'll lose.
Well, it's funny as you brought that up, Sauce, because right before you said that, there was on the ticker, can the Lakers win the championship playing like that?
Of course, it's a
big market.
Yep.
Big market. What do you got?
Yes, it is.
And it's LeBron and Luka.
Yeah. And it's time for the news.
Yeah.
This is KFAN News with Chris Hockey, presented by the St. Paul Saints.
Yes, you are correct. Thank you, Zacho. The St. Paul Saints scored 5 runs in the bottom of the first inning during a 16-4 rout over Indianapolis at CHS Field yesterday. The 8-10 Saints have a doubleheader with the Indians today.
Serious question.
Good luck,
Yes,
Saints.
sir.
Go get them.
Serious question.
Yeah.
Were there more people at CHS Field than Target Field?
Did you see some of those
I saw
pictures?
some of the pictures. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I got some audio that I'll play for you in a
So
bit.
I'm not talking about paid attendance because as Bonus has told us for the last handful of years, a lot of the tickets are sold as season tickets, of course, before the season. So it might be, I don't know what the announced attendance was for the Twins. Maybe they say 10,000 or something.
Yeah.
It looked like there were 40 people there. So how many people were actually in the stands? Were there more people at CHS than Target Field?
More at CHS because it was a beautiful night.
I wonder.
Yeah.
That would be unbelievable if the Saints outdrew the Twins if they both had home games.
I got to find, there's a piece of audio. I'll listen to it during
possible?
the break. But I think it was Buxton.
Oh, my.
Said something about being able to hear the sound of the ball being hit because there were so few people in the stadium. He actually said that during his sound bite.
There are literal sections empty at Target Field.
And it was a beautiful day.
That's fans turning on an organization a little bit.
You did have 2 playoff games that were pending, but both of them started at 9 o'clock and beyond, right? And I think the Twins game started at 6:40.
Yeah.
So that game should have been over, but I wonder if mentally people are like, I'm not even going to worry about the Twins. I'm going to go
because of the playoffs.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Find a bar to watch the other 2 games at.
They're playing the worst team in baseball. That doesn't help. But that's
depressing.
This is not good.
All right, somebody that knows, see if they can figure that out. If the Saints outdrew the Twins,
they might have. I can't believe that picture.
Listen to this. This is Buxton talking about his game-winning catch. Okay,
I knew he hit it good. Just not many fans here, so you can hear how loud it comes off the bat. So I knew off the jump I had to get on my horses, and I think the biggest thing is making sure I had a good line to the ball. Because
there you go.
Yeah,
man, when he plays. He's electric.
He's outstanding.
Yeah.
But
he's so much fun to watch.
He could hear it. There's no one there.
Yeah, I love it's part of the comment.
And it was a beautiful day, man.
Yeah. Well, and by then, that's when all those games were going to get underway. They all left.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Where were you, Sauce?
I was asleep.
So you admit it.
Yeah. I was not paying attention.
I thought you liked sports.
I thought you liked the Twins.
I do. I love
the playoffs, man.
The playoffs.
No, that's too late for me.
Why?
Did the Twins make the playoffs?
Just late.
I stayed up and watched a good chunk of both. Parrish stayed up and watched the entire Wild game. He's here. He's firing bullets.
I stayed up and watched a good chunk as well.
Yeah, Chris watched a good chunk. He watched Jeff Cohen documentary.
That's right.
You did?
I watched a documentary about chunky candy bars as well. From
Double
chunk
chocolate
cookies. The worst.
What do you mean the worst?
No.
You don't like chunks?
No, I don't like that bit. The Costco guy's bit.
Oh, I still don't know what you're talking about. I
don't either.
Is that only in the stores or something?
No. It's all over social media. Those guys are giant
what
deals.
What the hell you guys are talking about?
I don't either.
I promise you are the lucky ones.
Yeah, you're lucky to not
Could
know
be.
what
I'm too
Ignorance
busy.
is bliss, Mom always said.
Yep.
I'm too busy progressing humanity to watch television.
That's a good point.
I'm too busy not paying attention.
Yeah, me too.
That's my bit.
Here's the news, brought to you by Carboni's. Weird, sad, and scary day in the Twin Cities yesterday. A large police presence was seen at Southdale Hospital in Edina. Incident took place yesterday afternoon when witnesses saw someone walk into the hospital with what they believed was a firearm. Because of that, a shelter in place was called as multiple police officials showed up. No injuries have been reported, and police made an arrest of the suspect who did have the weapon.
Oof,
Jesus.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
A lot of questions there.
Yeah.
Hopefully somebody asks them.
Glad he's in police custody.
Yeah, no doubt it was a dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
No doubt.
No doubt. Yeah.
Yeah. No
Bet
doubt.
12 months mortgage that it was a male.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't.
Well, I like to gamble.
I know you-
who
I know
doesn't?
you-
On stuff like who brings a gun to a hospital. That's one of my favorite things to bet on.
Sounds like a joke. Maybe you should do it at the Power Trip Comedy Club.
Well, there's a brick wall behind me.
Yeah.
I don't do a lot of guns and hospital jokes. Most of my stuff is related to socks at Target.
Yeah,
That's
you
a
need to
good
branch
bit.
out.
Yeah.
You need to branch out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
gotta-
Blu-ray.
I did a bit of a comedy set in the last break.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Posting that
Nailed
in the
it.
If I like the way I look, I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
So this is a good place to get reps.
Yeah.
Anthony Jeselnik on social media posted yesterday something that I thought was kind of interesting.
DP?
No, no, it was actually kind of an interesting conceptual theory about stand-up comedy. He says in the lifetime of most professional comics, you do about 1,000 sets. And he goes, your first 200 are terrible.
Yeah.
So his goal was to get those 200 out of the way as quickly as possible.
That's a great goal.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot of sense. It's like let's suck a ton button bar.
Yeah.
For his
State Fair T-shirt.
For as little as possible. Let's hustle through those first 200.
Yeah.
Find your voice as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
What if we use this fake brick wall behind me as an opportunity for you to get those 200 terrible, 100 terrible? How many times you done stand up? You probably got like 50 more to go. 50 more terrible sets. And then you'll find your voice and maybe you get good.
You can get that done in a month and a half.
Yeah.
How many times you guys done Flop, Sweat, and Tears?
Oh, God. We've been doing it for probably 10 years.
And how many a year? 10 to 12?
Yeah.
So you got like 50 more,
50 more
terrible sets left before you find your voice.
Yeah.
Then you got 800 just crushers.
Yeah.
That was the best advice I got from like Brett Heddick and Benny Clymer when I did TV. It was like, you're gonna suck the first couple times, because if I didn't get that advice, I probably would have. I probably would have.
Corf on poker.
Relax, Benny Clymer.
Yeah,
you're gonna suck. I probably would have quit after like my second or third game, because I was terrible, and I would have just been. I would have given up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Quit.
Quitting's
Just
fun.
giving up. No,
meat sauce is a master of meat saucing it.
Yeah. I know.
I will always have been the very first person to ever do a stand-up set, and I just tweeted it at the Power Trip Comedy Club in front of our new backdrop.
The PTCC.
The PTCC. I like it. Let's see. What else is going on? No. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to mention this, even though it's for Twins on the 20s, which would be next. But just in case you guys are wondering, the Minnesota Twins announced they are moving up the times for the home games on Friday and Sunday this week. It's going to help with traffic as the Timberwolves play the Lakers at Target Center, which is right next, of course, to Target Field. Friday's game is going to be moved up to 6:40, and Sunday's game will start at 12:40. So if you had plans, make your adjustments as follows.
Oh, thank you.
Much like I just asked a question, is it possible that the Saints outdrew the Twins last night, both having home games?
Yeah.
What is what's the street price for Lakers Wolves Friday night?
Let me look at.
It's got to be
the
pretty good.
SeatGeek app.
My guess is we're talking 500 minimum.
The lowest. Let me see here. 2 tickets.
This is the playoffs. It's LeBron.
Yeah,
it's Luka. It's the freaking Lakers. It's a Friday night.
The minimum in the upper deck $255.
Okay, what about lower?
They're in the 500s. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I would guess.
Yep.
Because some of those seats regular season are like $200 to $300 a piece.
Front row.
So you got to figure at least double that.
$27,000.
27 grand? Well, those are available for everyone.
Yeah, everybody could do that.
Anybody could do that.
Yeah, I think those are
for real. Nobody pays that, right?
I think those are Billy Sushi seats. Yeah, $27,000.
I like Johnny Oatmeal better.
Yeah,
but I'm a regular
$27,000
dude.
over here, front row.
Sauce, if you had $100 billion,
yes, sir.
would it be?
Yeah.
Would you pay $27,000 for front row seats?
This is a tough question because I'm terrible with money.
You know what, though? Do your best.
Do your best.
I know it's a tough question.
No.
The answer is probably you would for sure, because that's almost no money. If you have $100 billion, that's almost zero.
He would still be asleep, though, Cor.
That is true.
Yeah.
But if you had $100 million, would you pay $27,000?
Stay with me here, Sauce. Would you have them put your bed in the front row? Because you're rich as hell.
You have $100 billion.
$100 billion. They'll do anything
you can buy the team and do whatever you want.
Right. So you put your bed there so you can watch the game while you're in your bed, diddling yourself.
In front of
public?
everybody?
You have $100 billion. Would you answer to anyone?
Maybe you could put some Privady Shades up.
If I had $100 billion,
I like Privady Shades even better.
There's if I had $100 billion,
sounds like a draft prospect from Yugoslavia.
I'd call A-Rod and Mark Laurie and say, I'll double what you paid for the Wolves, and I just buy the Wolves.
God, would you contract them?
Right? No, and then I would just have the first 4 seats, the best seats in the house for me, and I would just lay down when I want.
You take up 4 seats? Even I wouldn't crack that joke.
Yeah, but he's got all the money to eat. Yeah. You know, I mean, he can eat anything he wants now.
I'd have Manny's bring me food at the front.
Still one
front
thing he
row.
won't eat.
God, you are a tyrant. You're going to be an awful billionaire.
Yeah.
Just buying what you want, telling people what to do.
Yeah, stop it.
Bring me mayonnaise to the front row.
I would
now.
buy it.
Stop it.
On a silver platter.
You know who'd pay for it? Parrish.
Yeah.
So
Even though
you
you're
have $100 billion,
yeah.
but you're going to make Mark pick up the tab?
I never got the phone call. I didn't get the invite.
You really are something.
You're a tyrant.
That's what you are.
Can I go blow my nose?
Thank God that's how you
Will
ended
you
that
use a
sentence. I don't know. When you do a joke that good, it sucks that you're not standing in front of this brick wall.
I know. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying. I love that he asked permission. We should make him ask permission, like if he's got to go to the bathroom.
For everything.
Hey, your hands up, Sauce. Can I go to the bathroom? You just went.
I was like, last week I referenced Mr. Sturbance, my wood shop teacher,
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah, for
Sturbance.
sure, yeah.
He was really particular about, reducing fractions, right? 6 6/16 or 3/8.
I love that guy.
But
Yeah,
he
that
also,
guy
we had these things in Chisago Lakes Middle School called like log books. You had to basically have all your teachers sign them to make sure everybody was showing up to the right classes and doing their homework. Yeah. But your log book was also your hall pass. So if you didn't have it up to date and signed, you couldn't go to the bathroom. So Mr. Sturbance used to always say like, well, little Timmy would come up to me and say, Mr. Sturbance, can I use the bathroom? And I would say, well, Timmy, do you have your logbook signed? And he'd say, well, no, Mr. S, I don't. Well, then you don't get to go to the bathroom now, do you, Timmy?
Now I know where you got our jock from. Because that's exactly what he sounds like. He sounds exactly like that, doesn't he?
Mr. Sturbance loved reduced fractions and signed logbooks. Yeah. So maybe we should have Sauce have a logbook, and if you don't have it signed by Abbott, you don't get a hall pass. Well, then you don't get to leave.
Piss in here.
Well, how would that be different than you normally do?
Yeah.
It's just like a pee corner, like you're establishing your territory.
But not on that side. That's a nice side.
You're peeing in a trash can.
That's the
what
new
is this,
side.
a broadcast studio for an NFL game?
Brilliant.
Sauce, reduce the fraction 6/16.
6/16? To what?
Reduce it.
Oh, my God. That's
Fine.
a great question, though. What do you want him to reduce it to?
3/15.
Wow. I just said the answer like 60 seconds ago. You honestly can't reduce 6/16?
It wasn't about me. I wasn't listening.
I don't think he knows how to do it.
I honestly do not.
I don't think he knows what you mean.
Pay attention.
I know, that's like third grade math? Maybe third or fourth.
Did you ever ask your dad to pay for your attention?
Brilliant. You're on fire today.
I know. I had too much caffeine.
Oh, I love Squirrely Hawk.
I'm a little squirrely. Hey, Twins on the 20s is next.
Parrish, wait till you hear this.
Cannot wait.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, I'm
No reduced fractions in the next segment. It'll be something very, very different.
Keep it simple.
Yep. The Power Trip Morning Show after this on the van.
Morning Show. Thank you. Tomorrow is NFL Draft Day.
Hell yeah, man.
Cannot wait. And we'll have a lot of coverage, including the Power Trip's 183rd mock draft. By the way, .com Tom Pelissero will join us on Friday. We're looking at 6:15 a.m. right now because he's got a lot going on. He'll be in Green Bay to recap day one. That'll be on Friday. So lots going on as we cover the NFL blanket. That's not what I meant. Cover the NFL draft like a blanket. Sorry.
Well, it'll be super fun.
And if you're like, man, I just do not know who the Vikings are going to pick this year, I will tell you who they draft on Friday morning.
Wow.
And that's really something.
Unless they trade out of the first round. Then you're on your own.
Yeah.
Sauce, percent chance the Vikings do not make a pick Thursday night.
40.
Geez, that's a pretty high percentage. Wow. 40%. You think they would trade all the way out to the early second round because of a quarterback that's lingering? Is that what you think? Like you said yesterday? Like if Sanders starts falling or somebody really likes Jackson Dart or something, it's one of those Browns or Giants kind of teams that trades up to 24 and the Vikes go to the early 30s?
I think yes, correct. I think what we're going to see tomorrow is Sanders is going to fall. He's not the favorite to go ninth overall. Like this? No, he has athletic ability. I think he's going to fall, and the question is he going to go at 21? Right? If he doesn't, if the Pittsburgh Steelers are like, no, we can get somebody at wherever they pick in the 50th or whatever.
No.
I think you might see a team.
Is that Mike Tomlin? Who says no all the time?
I believe it's the band that goes, hey, goodbye.
Yes. I think you're going to see a team in the mid-30s try and get up there and get him before the Rams pick at 26.
I wish I was in my mid-30s still. It was a good time.
I wish you were in Yugoslavia.
Wow. Yeah, go there.
in the mid-30s.
I was like
sorry,
12 when Yugoslavia was a thing. I know, you're just looking for jokes because of the brick wall behind me. I can't wait to see how it looks on the stream at 8.
My second set's coming up, by the way. I'm very nervous because I'm doing 2 shows today.
Well, you nailed the first set.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Again, Chris _hockey on Twitter. Watch my first ever Power Trip Comedy Club.
Well, now look, you definitely were reading off of a piece of paper during your first set.
Some things.
Now, if you want to go viral in 2025, you have to do crowd work. So may I suggest the next time you come in here, you just ask Sauce what he does for a living and riff.
Okay, I'll try it. I don't know if I've progressed that far in my comedy career yet, but I'll give it a shot.
Do you want to go viral or not?
Right.
Listen, I've gone viral before, and it ain't nothing a shot can't cure.
Well, your mic's on.
What's that again?
Your mic's on.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip.
Yes! Whoa.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip. Presented by All Around, your TimberTech deck building contractor.
Thank you, All Around.
Thank you.
Are you ready?
Yeah, we start with this?
Yeah.
All right.
It's Twins on the 20s.
Oh, yeah.
So, Parrish, remember those Australian twins that talked in unison?
Yeah.
Those were twins.
Yeah.
They talked about a crime.
Yeah.
These are, quote, twins talking about the twins.
All right.
Who brings us Twins on the 20s?
Quantum Fiber.
Thank you, Quantum Fiber. You ready, Sauce?
They're going to be very proud they sponsored this.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait.
I'm ready.
In 3, 2, 1.
Bailey Ober shoved for 6 innings as the Minnesota Twins beat the Chicago White Sox 4-2 at Target Field. Ober earned his second win after striking out 6 over 6 frames of one-run ball. Trevor Larnach homered in the victory as the Twins snapped a 3-game losing streak. The Twins improved to 8-15. They sent David Festa to the mound against the White Sox tonight.
Twins on the 20s right there. Sorry, I wouldn't try to say his last name.
Yeah,
Your thoughts, Parrish?
Pretty good, yeah.
Thank you.
They got to work on the pronunciations of the last name of the players maybe before, but
you're right. Good
that
point.
was actually really good.
Thank you. That was Twins on the 20s.
I was very
By
impressed.
the way, that was just off the top of their heads.
Yeah.
I didn't read that at all.
No, I can see it. Yeah, the eye contact. They were looking into each other's deeply looking into each other's eyes, and they just rattled that right off.
POV.
It's the one thing he gets from his dad. He does demand eye contact.
Oh, my God.
You know, in the animal kingdom, that's seen as a threat.
Yeah, no, it is in his bedroom as well. Hawk. I've had too much caffeine.
Same.
I don't know what to tell you. I can't come down now.
The Wolves needed some last night as they lost 94-85 to the Lakers. Luka had 31. Julius had 27. Rudy had 6. Jaden had 8. Game 3, though, is this Friday at 8:30. The Wolves are currently 2.5-point favorites. The series is tied 1-1.
Okay. Everybody be cool. We'll be all right. I still feel like we win the series. Am I right?
Yep.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay.
Yep.
Good. And the series will get more talking now that the Lakers actually won a game. So more visibility for your beloved T-Wolves.
Man, they came out of the gates, the Lakers, with a lot of attitude. They got physical early, and they trash-talked early. It looked like they were trying to get under our skin and piss us off, and it worked. Because, like I said, Naz Reid couldn't control his emotions. DiVincenzo's throwing elbows. Like, we didn't handle the I'm going to play street ball mentality that the Lakers brought. They didn't handle it very well at all.
Nope.
You know who
They
I like?
pouted and spazzed.
Even though I don't know him, never spoken to him, probably couldn't pick him out in a crowd, but I like the way Julius Randle handles himself.
Yeah, Julius is great, man.
And he saved us last night.
And he talks about Ant right here.
It's tough. We as a team got to figure it out and figure out a way to help him get easier looks, so he can be, the Ant that we need him to be. He was still great, but he had to work extremely hard for everything. And some of that I can do myself, with pace. Pushing the ball. I think the fourth quarter was the only time that I got him an uphill DHO. He got a clean look for 3. It's probably the only time I got him an easy look all game. You know what I mean? So myself, I have to be better in helping him.
Yep, I said it before, but if the Wolves didn't have Julius Randle in the first half last night, we would have been down 50 at halftime.
Yeah, they would have gotten killed.
Like, he was the only offensive threat that the Wolves had. And he's right about the giving Ant more space. I think even Ant, after the game, said there were times that he was touching the ball and there would be 3 guys almost immediately on him. That worked for us so well in game 1 because the ball movement was so awesome. We were getting wide open threes and drilling them. They just panicked last night when they got doubled or tripled. And like I said, without Julius, that game would have been an absolute blowout.
Yeah.
Like, they never really got back in it. I think they cut it to, I don't know, 9 or 10 or 11 at the most. Like, I don't think they got closer than that. Maybe 8, something like that. Either way, never felt like they were going to get back in the game. But it could have been a Grizzlies OKC game 1, 51-point loss kind of a situation if Julius didn't play the way that he did in the first 2 quarters.
Just my opinion, but the Lakers do not have the legs for this series. They just don't. Wolves in 6.
Yeah. I agree with you. That's great intel.
I couldn't tell if he was doing a brick wall bit or if that was an actual take. But then it sounds like an actual take.
That was Gertzy's tweet last night.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, Hawk on basketball.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that.
Hang
on a second here.
Thank you.
Speaking of that, let's check this out really quickly, just out of curiosity. Let's see here. Hang on. Hold, please. This is good radio.
Yeah.
Hang on.
It's okay. Give me do comedy.
9 hours ago, Sauce, you tweeted, the Wolves will lose this series in 4-1. That's a weird way to word it. Minnesota sports suck. They will lose this series in 4-1.
Yeah.
MN sports suck.
I didn't watch a second of it. I rolled over, looked at the score, and tweeted that. I was half asleep. That's the only one.
Do
but
you
I
stand
knew,
by it, though? Still?
I do not, but I knew I needed something.
Yeah.
Because
a shower?
Yeah. Wow. You are
Caffeined
loaded.
up.
How do you say
I'm real sorry. I
how do you
should
say
shut
the
up.
new kid on the Twins? What's this dude's name?
Luke Keeschel?
Don't know if that's right, but you tweeted, Luke Keeschel is the best player in Twins history.
Yeah. I'm trying to say some
you
positive
dreaming?
things about the Twins.
Hey,
He's really good.
Perry,
Yes.
would you scoot to your left a little bit?
Hi.
Sure.
Hi.
Thank you. Just getting ready for
there's Carly.
8 o'clock hour.
Oh, yeah.
There we go, yeah.
Hello.
And there's Carly
Well, it's
right
good
there.
timing.
Carly,
She
look at
just
this
walked in
brick
like-
wall.
Yeah, what do you think
It's
of the brick
fake.
wall?
Yeah.
And get ready. There's some comedy coming your way.
I think Zacho's down the line, right?
I've got him turned on, so I don't know.
Zach?
Yeah, you got me turned on.
Whoa, Zacho.
Yeah, you better dislocate and check back in, brother.
Yeah,
you
listen
got
to
some
the Hawks.
sunspots going on right now.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn you off. Yeah, disconnect,
Robot.
check back in. That used to happen to us back in the day, and we always said it was sunspots.
Yep.
But I never knew if that was true or
Nope,
not.
I've said that for like a decade.
Yeah,
never
really?
knew. If,
I
yeah,
got
never knew if it
sunspots.
mattered. Never knew if it was right. Even when we were on that cruise ship in like in the Bahamas, it would be. God, I hope sunspots don't screw up our connection back to Minneapolis.
I remember
idea.
when Mark Rosen walked by us nude, and we were like, "Look at the sunspots."
Wow. Didn't he? Is that when you caught him going to the nude belt?
Yep, we'll never forget him. The deck of the cruise ship was absolutely packed because we were out at the middle of the middle of the sea. It was a CD at sea day. There we go. And it was hard to find a seat. It really was.
It really
But we
was.
found a whole bunch of seats that were at the bottom of these stairs.
That's right.
The stairs led up to the topless deck. And he didn't see us, and he was walking up those stairs with the newspaper. And we go, "Oh, hey, Rosie." He's like, I can't find a seat.
Yeah.
It's hard to find a seat around here. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You can sit with us if you'd like. Oh, sure. We're just going to read the paper.
Yeah, let me say, he found some seats up there.
Yeah, he did.
He sure did.
Yep.
Yes, he did.
Those were the days.
They were.
We broadcast or broadcasted? Broadcast? What's
Broadcast.
the past tense?
Probably broadcast.
Yeah, just cast.
From a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll never get over that.
Where was that? That was before me?
That was like
Way
2000.
before-
Oh, wait.
before
Yeah,
me,
That was like,
yeah.
Can we bring that back?
I know.
Yeah,
That would be
Carly,
pretty
let's
sweet,
go.
Carly. I'd love
Or
it.
20 years ago.
broadcasting from Mexico or something.
We did that
fun?
as well.
Yeah, I know.
Mazatlan,
That's why
right?
bring it back.
Yeah, all the fun stuff for us, huh, Carly?
Yeah, but Rosie.
Ireland was great, but can we go somewhere with a
Tropical.
beach?
Yeah.
Rosie refuses
Warm.
to do broadcasting. He just does casting.
Yeah,
He's so
correct.
anti-woman.
Yep.
I get it.
He does like broads, though.
He does not anymore.
Oh, he doesn't?
We'll just be there for the topless fun.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had me at topless.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sauce. Two of Rosie's favorite things: topless women and stealing sports takes out of the newspaper.
Oh my God.
Brilliant.
Vikings news is next. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Fan.
So, Christopher, our prep service, right?
Yeah.
Has some cool stuff or whatever.
There's a prep service?
Yeah, it's basically like, hey, here's what you missed while you were sleeping, just so you don't sound like an idiot in the morning. You might want to read through this and see what's going on, right? Well, they did a list of, somebody else did a list, but they posted it, like the top 10 or top 20, like surprise deaths in TV series. Well, let's just say one of them wasn't from 10 years ago.
No.
And just ruined it. So it's like...
Oh, no. Are you serious?
Really?
Oh, yeah. An absolute flat-out spoiler. So now I'm like,
Are you going to tell us?
Well, no, because I don't want to spoil it for other people. But I'm what the hell? I'm like, so now I just read a major death in a series. And I'm like, well, that kind of...
I can't remember.
Can I guess some that are old?
Well, oh, you mean that the rest of them that are on the list? Sure. The rest of them are guessable.
Ned Stark.
Well, yeah, there's so many Thrones references because Thrones all the time shock the hell out of all of us, right?
Yeah.
Tony Soprano.
We don't know.
Did he die?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know.
I think so.
We don't know.
I saw a Steve Perry interview the other day about that.
Oh, yeah.
It's the first one.
I know you just saw it. Well, yeah, don't
say it. Do not say it. Do not say it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
That's not only within...
Don't do it.
I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, but
not only
recent.
within 10 years,
Super recent. That's my point. Insanely
That's
recent.
the first one.
It's a spoiler. Major spoiler. That sucks. Think how many radio shows are going to go with that, too. It's like, you can't say that.
Well,
You're
everybody's
ruining
read
it.
the book.
A Steve Perry interview, though, that I saw a clip of on social media, talking about the end of The Sopranos, right? Because obviously "Don't Stop Believing" is the song that's playing in the diner, or like like I think Tony Soprano even picks it, right? Doesn't he? On the little jukebox?
Yeah. Is that right?
I think he does.
I think that might be right, yeah.
And,
I didn't know that.
And Steve Perry was saying that the other guys in Journey said yes, but as a songwriter, as a guy that has the credits, it has to be unanimous. Everybody has to agree on what it's used for.
That's right, yeah.
And he held out because he didn't want that song to be connected with just a whole bunch of bullets flying and a great character getting gunned down. So he had to be essentially tipped off to how they were going to use it before he agreed to it.
That's really something.
And the whole fade to black thing, and like, well, it's ambiguous. You don't actually see him getting shot up, so now everybody's going to guess for the rest of the time whether Tony actually got shot or not, or if the whole family got gunned down.
Yeah, I love
so that way, he's like, all right, that's cool. The fact that Tony Soprano like chooses Journey is kind of cool. All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But he held out. He didn't want his song to be connected to bullets. And
can't blame
I like
him.
that.
Yeah. Can't blame him.
You have the right to do that as a song.
You know, I was watching Dumel's new show the other day, which is a really good show. It's on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought to myself, I wonder if my buddy Josh would ever do me a solid and use one of my songs in one of his shows. Could you imagine? Because that ain't going to cost him a dime.
And you get the residuals.
And I would get residuals.
I bet he would.
I wonder if he would.
Yeah. Is that the Canyon one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Now, if he ever calls and says, Chris, I heard you talking about it on KFAN.
Yeah.
We're not doing Rocket Club or the Chris Hockey Band. We want Rise to be on my new Netflix show.
I don't know if he can afford
We need a song because the main character at one point is on the porch and he's just looking out into the distance and he's
What's he doing?
waiting.
Yeah.
He's watching and he's wondering why.
Right.
And we have the perfect song for that exact situation.
It really is. Now that you say that, that would set the scene very much because it's about the Old West. It's perfect.
Yeah.
How does it go?
It screams Old West.
It really does, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy though?
How pretty he is.
Back to the original part of this
He's a beautiful
segment
man.
that I'm not spoiling the spoiler that got spoiled for me. What sucks about it is that makes me not want to even start this series now.
Yeah, that sucks.
Because I haven't started that series yet.
You never did?
No, so now that I know that, it's like, well, that ruined that.
Yeah.
Now the chance that I start it was 90%. Now it might be 20.
They should.
No,
whoever
it's
wrote
still
that
worth
article
it.
should be canceled.
Yeah, it's
That's
still
ridiculous.
worth it though.
They should be. The people should be. I'm telling you, Mark, you're not going to want to see it.
Yeah.
Because I know you like that show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Unless you're caught up. If you're not caught up, then
He
you're
would've told
screwed.
us
But
if he was.
I don't
I'm
even know
caught
what
up.
show we're
It's worth
talking
it.
about yet.
It's worth it.
Yeah,
so worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't know, man.
know
I
what you're
hate
saying.
spoilers so
Well,
much.
and that is a
Major spoiler.
I just can't
We'll tell
even
you
believe
during
it.
the break.
Major.
I can't believe they did that. Who would do that? Even I know better. The
That's
Sauce wouldn't
super
do
stupid.
That.
That's somebody that doesn't understand radio at all.
Super.
at all.
Yeah. Well, they work
life.
in radio.
Or life, right?
They don't understand life.
They're just mean people.
Do they understand the NFL draft and Vikings news, do you think?
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
Time for Vikings news on the Power Trip, presented by
Radco.
Yeah.
The best.
We have only, as we sit here right now, 4 picks in the NFL draft this year, which would be the least amount ever by a Minnesota Vikings squad in the history of the franchise, if we stay there and only have that many picks. Here's KOC on having 4 picks.
The starting point on all of that would be looking at what we did in free agency, where I truly do feel like we have a roster that I don't know if we're going to be on the clock at any one of those particular 4 picks and think we need to do anything. But at the same time, I think where the depth of this draft is, and you're not only just drafting for 2025, you're trying to build something that sustains, and what does your depth look like at different positions, and where can you have really competitive situations that'll make your team better.
And retroactively, this, quote, draft looks so much better if Dallas Turner starts playing better.
Right.
Because you gave up so many picks to get him, and he did not have a great rookie season. He just flashed a couple of times, and that was about it. So if he is a, quote, bust, this draft class suffered because of him.
You are correct.
If he ends up being an all-pro player, then cool, you went all in and it worked.
Right.
Is it too much?
It's a slow start.
Parrish, is it too much? I know it's a different sport, but is it too much in the NHL to give a player a year before you start? You know what I mean? Like,
No,
it just seems like in the NFL, we expect him to be great right away.
No, I agree. It always kind of blows my mind with that because there's patience, but the drafts are different too. I mean, the NFL draft, you're drafting men out of college
Good point.
that declare for it. Where the NHL, it's 18-year-olds, so there's a little bit more projection going into that draft. But yeah, I definitely I've always felt like hockey seems to have more patience than most of the other sports. But yeah, that part of the NFL coming straight out of college, I think plays a big role in that.
Well, and rookie contracts. I mean, that's predominantly what people get when they're younger in the NHL. So there is a lot of patience, I think.
Yeah, the college thing, that's a great point, though. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
They've already had the schooling. It's time to play.
Yeah, but need a big year out of Dallas either way.
Yeah.
Right? Even if you had not given up a whole bunch of picks to get him, you took him in the first round. First rounders
for sure.
In year 2 better start showing up. Then it's a bad pick regardless of how many other draft picks you had to give up to get him.
Yeah, that's the part that seems so strange to me is the development. It's like they pick them and there's no development. It seems like on the pro, if they're not ready to go, then they're not ready to go. I'm sure there is, but it just doesn't seem like there is as much. Especially when we talk to hockey, because we talked about the development taking 2, 3, 4 years sometimes of learning how to become a pro.
Here's something I find interesting that KOC said yesterday, Saucy. He says they have way more info than they're going to need for only 4 picks, which makes a lot of sense. You got to know a little bit about everybody.
I think we've gone about the process as if we have much more than 4 picks. It certainly feels like it, and I'm sure it'll really feel like it on Thursday and Friday and Saturday when we're recognizing a lot of these names that are getting selected. But at the same time, when our picks come up, we should have a really, really good feel for the players in those areas and have done a lot of work on the players that will inevitably be adding to the team.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. You have to be ready because there could be an opportunity where somebody comes in with, I don't know, like we talked about, the 40th pick, and you got to move all the way back, but in turn you get a bunch of picks, and then you all of a sudden have this plethora of draft picks, right? A plethora. So you have to be prepared for everything. That's why this is such a long process, because there's a lot of things you got to go over. It's I can't wait. It's going to be fun. It's the best time of the year, and I think the Vikings are in a situation when you win 14 games, you load up like you did in free agency, you can take any position available except for quarterback.
You know what?
At
Also,
pick 24.
If you're doing that kind of scouting on a player to get to know him, you're going to know him when you face him in the future as well.
Correct.
Exactly. And that's them doing their job too.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
NFL draft, man. The Power Trip mock draft is tomorrow. We'll start at 7:30.
Who's involved tomorrow, Sauce?
It's me.
Everybody.
Yeah, it's everybody. Me, Charch, Lieber,
Meechurch,
Maxo, Cinny, Bossberg.
Come again?
Everybody. So it'll be great.
Did Parrish or Carly get asked?
No.
So not everybody.
I'm free.
Chris and myself, we don't get picks.
You said like 2 weeks ago.
Chad Abbott.
You don't get to do it. No, Chad doesn't want to have anything to do with it.
If I have a vote,
I could be there.
So I guess it's not everybody. The four of us aren't participating.
Thanks.
Just said he's
No, I changed my mind. Now I want to be part of it again.
No, it's out. You can't do
No.
it.
I'd like to be a part of it, Sauce, if it's not too late. I would like to just draft for the Vikings at 24.
Okay. Who would you like?
I would
Jackson
go with
Dart.
Martin Moist Shoes.
Oh,
Yeah, the kid from Yugoslavia.
the kid from Hugo.
Yeah.
Australian.
Bizarre.
Yeah,
that was his name.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not involved.
No, you don't want to be involved.
You're the ringleader. Here we go.
Yeah.
It's time.
You got to lead us down the path.
It is time.
I do want to gamble on the NFL draft, though.
You got a problem?
Yep, I sure do.
Yeah, it's okay. Welcome. There's meetings.
Lots of them.
I do mine online.
Yeah.
That got real.
I wish online poker was real and not just
It
completely. Well, it's not legal here technically.
It
Everybody
was
just
shut down
uses
a long
VPNs.
time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, there's only a couple states you can do it in, and then there's like just widespread cheating.
Do you remember
So that sucks too.
when that first started and people were even doing like slots online, and it was so ridiculous because people weren't getting their money. They were spending all their money and they weren't getting their winnings. It was just like the Wild West. Crazy.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I was only just dabbling in poker when poker was a big thing. So I never really played a lot of online poker. I was playing like just really small sit and goes.
Whoa.
And, sit and goes.
Okay, there you go.
Man.
Okay.
Never got into it. And then
Caught my attention.
Black Friday hit and everybody's money got frozen and everybody hated it. And then it's never come back. Not nationally, at least. But everybody does it. It is like everybody has, it looks like they're playing from Canada or the Caymans or something. Who knows?
Well, it
Everybody's
looks
playing illegally.
Looks like you're broadcasting from a comedy club. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's completely cool.
In the
You guys
case.
ever go to Target for socks, but walk out with Home Alone 2 on Blu-ray?
I'm real nervous because my second set's coming up during this break.
Oh, can't
I'm
wait.
real nervous. Yeah. By the way, Zacho, speaking of coming back, is going to join us in the next segment to talk to us about last night's game. And I believe he's with us now. Zacho?
Yes, sir.
When do you come home, sir?
About 5 hours from now.
No.
Gonna gamble before you leave?
Yeah, I think so. Because I feel like I've had to go to the bathroom for a while here. So.
Well, do you have a UTI?
You've had
Yeah.
It's a different way of
Do you
gambling.
have a bathroom you get to use?
and you're like in your room right now.
Yeah, like there's
you
a-
just go ahead.
Yeah.
To go.
But I like the thrill.
Wow.
For real?
Okay, then.
Jesus.
Are you going to go to Annie Ann's Pretzels at the Vegas airport?
California Pizza Kitchen is
California.
What are you doing?
California.
Who goes to
Rocky
California
Pizza
Pizza
Day.
Kitchen?
Oh,
Are
it's
you
good
nuts?
stuff. It's good. It's good.
so good.
It's good.
But you're not going to get a pretzel for the plane?
Yeah, man.
Well, I have the pizza, and then maybe I'll get one. We'll see.
Do you know what is right by the gate to leave Vegas to go to Minneapolis is Quiznos.
Yeah,
It is.
We don't have many of those.
We
up
don't.
there,
No,
so-
we don't. So you can stop by.
Do you want me to bring you any Quiznos home? Hawk?
Bring me a chicken carbonara.
Oh,
Okay.
There you go.
me too.
I want pretzel
Anybody
points. So get something in Annie Ann's and then take a picture of the receipt and send it to me.
There you go.
You need
Do
help.
that.
Oof, wish
I
me
don't
luck,
care
guys.
if Big Pretzel has my data.
I'm gonna do some crowd work in this set. I'm
Oh,
real,
perfect.
Oh, I can't
real
wait.
nervous.
All right, 8 o'clock hour, the Power 2 Morning Show. After this, we'll do Fan 5. Wolves lost, Wild won. And then headlines after that, Power 2 Morning Show on the Fan.